Welcome to the Coffee Club, broadcasting live from New York with your host, Felix, and co-host, Dr. Marc. So let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy the show.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the other world.
It's the coffee world.
And this is the rebellious Rev.
And this is the Doc, but we're actually double dipping, so it's also
the Coffee
Dr.
Club.
Marc and Felix. And the reason that this is such a dark world is because we haven't paid the electric bill and we ran out of candles.
And guess who's number one on the Republican field?
Well, if I had a hat, I'd be eating it right now, because I remember distinctly back in June when I said, this has got to be a joke.
And I said what? I said he's going to win.
That's you did.
You know who said a year ago that he's going to win?
Who?
Ann Cutler.
Ann Coulter, you mean? Ann Coulter?
No, Cutler.
Who's Cutler?
You know her last name?
Coulter, Coulter. The Republican conservative.
Yeah. She predicted it.
Well,
when he ran, the day he ran, she predicted he's going to win.
Well, all I got to say, for those of you who are old enough to remember the show, TW. You remember that?
No.
That was the week that was.
Oh.
And it certainly was, ladies and gentlemen. Cruz bowed out. Kasich saw no reason to continue.
Well, there's no reason for him to continue a long time ago.
Well, I realize that. But you see, and I don't know if you remember, I don't know if it was the song in kindergarten, The Farmer in the Dell, or the one where the cheese stands alone in the middle of the circle. Well, Donald Trump is the cheese, ladies and gentlemen. He's standing there in the middle all by his lonesome.
Oh, he's got a few people that already backed him up. The one that you're really going to love.
McCain, I know. That surprised the hell out of me.
Surprised the hell out of everybody. He said he's changed his way.
Well, you know why? Because the journalists have said that McCain is in...
Not McCain, Cheney.
Oh, Cheney?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I heard about that, but I'm more surprised. Well, why wouldn't he? I'm more surprised about McCain.
Well, all the Bushes said they're not even going to go to the...
I know. And I know that. And Romney's not going. Hey, listen, he has to sit down and have meetings with Paul Ryan, because Paul Ryan said at this point, until they can come a little closer maybe, he doesn't even know if he's going to campaign for him.
And you know what Trump's answer was?
He couldn't care less.
No, he said, listen, I'm not sure if I'm going to support your agenda at this point. He says, I'm more concerned about the people of the United States and making sure they're okay.
And he also said, Trump, that there are certain people that I don't want to support me because I just can't come to grips with them. There's no meeting of the minds, so to speak.
Mind? Do minds have anything to do with this whole...
Hey, listen, the guy is not a fool, okay? The guy is not a dummy. He knew how to play. He started out the way he did. He started out the alpha male in the group.
Mm-hmm.
He started pecking away at his
and it worked.
Competition, one by one, sometimes two at a time. And no matter what the Jeb tried to do or little Marco tried to do, it didn't work. So they would withdraw, and one by one they all dropped out. Either they didn't have money or for whatever reason. And there he is, standing all by his lonesome.
Well, one of the things that annoys me now, and I'm thinking about it, when they first all started the first debate, they all
I
pledged
remember raising their hand.
that they're going to support the winner. How many of them are not supporting the winner right now?
Well, Jeb is one.
Jeb?
I'm sure I can't see Marco supporting him.
I don't know, but Governor Perry is.
Fiorina is not.
Perry is. I don't know what she's doing. She hasn't. I haven't heard.
Was Perry one of the original 17? I don't even remember.
Yeah, he was. He was the first one knocked out. Yeah, he is. Obviously, Carson and Christie are. Pataki, I don't think is. Not that it matters much.
No, Pataki said he wouldn't support him. Now, Nikki Haley is very strange. Nikki Haley in South Carolina said something about, I'll vote for him, but I won't support him.
No, what she was saying is she will not go out and...
She's not going to campaign for him.
Exactly. That's what she was saying. She's not going to go campaigning for him at this point. But she will accept his...
if asked.
If asked to be vice president. I don't know. She the ones... Well,
I tell you,
she's the one that said she had too many things on her plate as it is. She couldn't do it.
Vice president is the kind of job where nobody really wants it. But if the possible president-elect comes to you and says, how would you like to be on the ticket, it's very difficult to turn it down.
Yeah, it is a big deal, especially if you're looking to be president one day.
Well, I would say our most active vice president was, now listen, let me finish before you say anything. Biden under Obama now, on the record, because off the record, Cheney did a lot of sneaky stuff for George W., you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people would say that George W. wasn't smart enough to come up with half of the decisions that he did if it wasn't for Cheney and Karl Rove, okay? Unless, you know, George W. just enjoyed playing the fool. Bless you. He enjoyed playing the fool, you know?
Well, how about there's another guy, Clinton. That VP did a lot.
You don't even remember his name. That's how much he did, huh?
His name was Hillary.
No. What, are you trying to be funny?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, he was the first president who actually engaged his wife in, you know, trying to do something for the people by assigning her health care, which unfortunately didn't work.
That's why I said her. That's why I said it.
Well,
she you know.
Nah, I don't think 25 years ago, you know, the country wasn't ready for it.
No, and it was the guy that invented the internet was his vice president, wasn't it?
Yes, I know. I was waiting for you to say that. We wouldn't be using the computer right now if it wasn't for Al Gore. You know, Mr. Climate Change himself.
Yeah, except I don't think anybody else knows that he invented the internet.
Well, he makes sure to tell everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking about George W.
Wait, we got to give him a phone number. How can we not give our listeners a phone number if...
Yes, maybe those two gentlemen will call from Atlanta.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what we'll call? But
anyway, our number is 516-336-8510, ladies and gentlemen. You'll come in crystal clear.
Yes.
The chat rooms are going to be open momentarily.
They already are open.
How about that? The Doc/Felix is way ahead of me.
Oh, everything is open. And I want to remind you, for those people who don't listen to us live, to listen to us in the podcast later on, try to reach us. Try to come and listen to us during live broadcast. We broadcast every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'd love to have you people come in and listen to us and actually call in. I know we have callers who call in from who listen to us and from quite a few different countries. And for those people who can't call in because it's expensive, can reach us on Skype. Our Skype ID is CC Radio Network. And as I said, we do have quite a few people that do listen to us from outside the country, so we'd love to hear from somebody from Australia, South America, somewhere, and I know we get listeners in South Africa. I got a phone call coming in. It's from... Good evening.
Good evening.
Is this who I think it is?
It's a Cincinnati kid.
The Cincinnati kid.
The Cincinnati. I think I'm having a massive coronary. Dr. Don, how are you?
Okay. All I want to say is deal me in.
Hey,
listen, you got it. You know that anytime you feel like calling, the mic is yours.
Yeah. Hey, we have a guy that calls in.
It's only been 2 years.
Is that how long you've been down there already?
We're June, which is next month. June 9th, we moved into our home in Cincinnati. 2 years. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
I want to tell you something before I forget. If you ever call us a little later in the evening, we have a gentleman that calls into us who's very religious. He's a born-again Christian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who? Yeah.
His name is Chad.
What's a born-again Christian?
They've accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior.
I see. Well, listen, I'm under a definite restriction here in Ohio. I can't talk about religion. I can't talk about politics. And I can't talk about my personal life.
Well, I can understand your personal life, but what's wrong with politics and religion?
I don't know. I'm concerned about Snowden, who says, we're being under surveillance. So I have to be very careful what I say about politics.
Well,
and I have to be very careful what I say about religion.
Well, you see,
but all I can tell you is I'm voting for Hillary because Trump is a nut.
You think?
And, I won't say anything more than that. Other than that, I'm a Christian who has now joined a new inclusive church or congregation here who's very inclusive about Jews, very inclusive about Christians, very inclusive about Buddhists, and very inclusive about atheists. Other than that, I can't say anything more.
Gee, I think Felix fits all of those categories.
Yeah.
With his varied background, he's everything.
I know if I was going to get married again, I would have him as my, what is he? Minister? I don't know. What are you?
I don't...
Felix doesn't advertise, but he does like to say when it's brought up that he'll go anywhere. It's only going to cost you a plane ticket and an invitation to the affair, so he gets a free meal, and he'll be more than happy to bar mitzvah anybody, confirm anybody, marry anybody.
An esoteric interfaith minister.
All right, deal me in then on that one. As long as it's sushi.
All right. Well, you like sushi too?
Yeah, he was with us at Rock and Roll. Don't you remember?
Hey, don't you remember we met?
Oh, yeah. At Rock and Roll.
You got to understand,
right.
Don, Dr. Don.
I love sushi, but there's one not so happy thing about living in Cincinnati.